In this section, we're going to start setting up Ingress Nginx on our local project. We're actually going to follow the setup directions that are tied directly to the GitHub repository. So to get started, I'm going to first navigate to this address right here. So github.com Kubernetes/Ingress Nginx. And then once here, I'm going to find the link to the documentation at the very top. So this link right here. Then once on the home page, I'll find the deployment tab at the very top. And we're going to walk through this installation guide together. Now the installation guide is a little bit confusing, which is why we're going to walk through it together. So the first thing that we want to find is generic deployment. We have to go through this mandatory command right here for any of the other deployment targets. So even if we're trying to deploy to Azure or GCE or AWS, whatever it is, we have to execute this mandatory command right here. So we can take that command, copy paste it, and then run it inside of our terminal. But before we do, I want to very quickly show you what is going on behind the scenes with the command. So I encourage you to copy the link that's listed right here. You'll notice that at the very end, it's actually a YAML file. So it's a config file very similar to all the config files that you and I have been creating throughout this course. Then inside of my browser, I'm going to visit the link to that config file like so. And so you're going to see something very quickly pop up. This is all the config that is going to be executed when we try to set up this Ingress Nginx project locally. Now, there's a couple of different objects inside of here that are going to be created that I just want to very quickly point out to you. You'll notice that the first thing that is created right here is something called a namespace. A namespace is used to kind of isolate the different resources that we are creating inside of our Kubernetes cluster. And it's something we'll discuss just a little bit later on. Immediately after that, we'll see a deployment with the name of default HTTP backend. So again, this is a little deployment right here that is going to be created for us that's going to essentially serve as a health check and tell the